Hello and welcome to the Knit Along Club sneak peek video, where I'm going to share with you how we are revolutionizing knitting instruction. You see, as a professional knitting instructor, I've noticed that most knitters underestimate their abilities and are stuck at a certain level. I get it. I see it all the time. Patterns can look intimidating and no one wants to start a pattern if they're unsure they can finish it. So you choose patterns that you're sure you can complete and you get stuck in a knitting rut. But what if there's an easy way to get out of that rut? What if you could knit any pattern with confidence? I'm here to tell you you can. My name is Beth Bonert, the creator and lead instructor in the Knit Along Club. Unlike traditional technique-based lessons, in the Knit Along Club, our lessons are project-based. So you learn how each technique is used within the overall project. We guide you through every step of the pattern with detailed lessons, teaching you what you need when you need it, so that you can cast on with confidence and bind off with pride. The lessons are online, so you can access them anytime, anywhere. And most of the projects only require that you know how to knit, purl, cast on, and bind off prior to starting the project. We teach you everything else. So let's take a look inside the Knit Along Club. When you log in, you'll be on your dashboard. Click the My Courses link to see all of the knit-alongs included in your membership. I'm going to show you the Kelmscott knit-along. We've developed a success path for each knit-along that starts with this main course page. It gives you an overview of the pattern, including what you will learn, the recommended supplies, and a place to purchase the pattern and yarn if you need it. Then the step-by-step lessons for each project start before you cast on, with swatching instructions, pattern clarifications, including fixes to any mistakes in the pattern, tips to make your knitting easier, and often lessons on how to fix common mistakes in the pattern and potential modifications to the pattern. In this Kelmscott knit-along, there are 6 lessons to prepare you for knitting the Kelmscott before you cast on. Each lesson link includes a brief description of what you will learn in the lesson. Let's take a look at the first lesson. This lesson is laid out like most of our lessons. We give high-level instructions with links to more detailed tutorials. That way, more experienced knitters can get through the lessons quickly, and knitters who need more help can easily access it. For example, this Using Stitch Markers section gives an overview of how to use the stitch markers in the pattern with this link to more detailed stitch marker instructions. So while this lesson appears to be short, there are links for more information in every section. Below each lesson, there are navigational buttons to go to other lessons or mark this lesson complete. When you click the Mark Complete, you'll get a fun congratulatory message and the next lesson will open. This next lesson, How to Slip, Slip, Purl, is an example of a video lesson. In it, I demonstrate how to slip, slip, purl in both continental and English styles of knitting. You can adjust the volume, the playback speed, and the size of the video. Just like in the other lessons, there are navigational buttons below the lesson, and just in case you encounter something weird in your project, you have a place at the bottom of each lesson where you can ask questions, and you can even upload an image if that will help. Let's return to the main course page. Notice that when I mark a lesson complete, this check mark turns blue. This helps you keep track of where you are in the knit-along. For most knit-alongs, the lessons are divided into 2 segments. The Getting Started segment, which includes all of the lessons necessary before you cast on, and the Knitting segment, in this case knitting your Kelmscott, which includes all of the lessons from the cast on to the finishing. These lessons are laid out in the same order as the pattern. If the pattern is divided into sections, then the knit-along lessons are named the same as the pattern sections, and we include the pattern page number so it's easy to match the lessons with the pattern. This pattern starts with the back, so that's the name of the first lesson. The lessons cover everything from the cast on to the bind off, but we're not done there. We guide you through the finishing too, how to weave in tails, sew seams, and block your garment. And occasionally a bonus lesson like this one, using a zipper instead of buttons. With 22 lessons, this knit-along is one of the larger ones. We have quite a few shorter knit-alongs in the club too, such as A Project in Sheep's Clothing, The Goat Whisperer's Cabled Fingerless Gloves, the Smoky Mountain Mobius cowl, socks on a plane, and vagabond mitts. All of these knit-alongs have 11 or fewer lessons in them, and we're adding more knit-alongs every few months. Now that you've had a virtual tour of the Knit-Along Club, what do you think? Do you want to continue spending money on traditional one-technique knitting lessons, often forgetting the technique you learned before you find it in a pattern? Or spend hours looking for a high-quality YouTube video in your knitting style for the technique you need to learn? Or would you rather confidently cast on, knowing that you can easily access lessons to guide you through every step of the pattern? It's your choice. You can continue to do what you've always done and get the results you've always gotten. Or, if you're the kind of knitter who desires to knit heirloom quality garments that you'll be proud of and your knit-worthy friends and family will treasure, then join me in the Knit-Along Club and take your knitting to the next level.